Fraternization, fraternization, fraternization. What is it? In short, it's an unprofessional relationship between a warrant officer or a commissioned officer and an enlisted member in the military. And it's a crime in the military. There are tons of myths going around about what constitutes fraternization and what doesn't. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the most common myths about fraternization, and then I'm going to give you the actual rules. So let's get to it. What's up, everybody? I'm Noelle. On this channel, we talk about military lifestyles, leadership tips, and tips for living and working abroad. So if any of those topics interest you, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. Let's start by addressing some of the myths. Oh, it doesn't matter. He's Navy and I'm Army. The Uniform Code of Military Justice doesn't care. Sure, I'm an officer and he's enlisted, but I'm in the reserves. The UCMJ still doesn't care. We intend to get married, though. What does it have to do with anything? So you started an unprofessional relationship and it's progressed pretty well for you. Hey, it's still wrong. But Ash, yep, I'm an officer, which means that I came in outranking 80% of the people around me. 80% already off the table. Do you know how difficult it is to find an attractive officer, especially one who's single and not out here acting like a frat boy? Yeah, you're not wrong. Good, attractive, single ones do exist. They're just ultra rare. Still a bad idea, though. You know, civilians are legit options, too. So let's just look at the letter of the law. What is fraternization by the rules? Fraternization is a violation of Article 134 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, for the UCMJ. And under Article 134 of the UCMJ, there are 5 elements that have to be met for fraternization to be found. 1, that the accused is a commissioned or warrant officer. 2, that the accused fraternized on terms of military equality with an enlisted member. 3, that the accused knew the other person to be an enlisted member. 4, that the fraternization violated the custom of the accused service that officers shall not fraternize with enlisted members on terms of military equality. And 5, that under the circumstances, the conduct of the accused was either prejudicial to good order and discipline, of a nature to bring discredit upon the armed services, or both. It's also a violation of AFI 362909, which defines fraternization similarly. The AFI explains, whether the contact or association constitutes fraternization depends on the surrounding circumstances. Factors to be considered include whether the conduct has compromised the chain of command, resulted in the appearance of partiality, or otherwise undermined good order, discipline, authority, or morale. The prohibition on fraternization extends beyond organization and chain of command lines to include members of different services or different Air Force components. In short, it extends to all officer and enlisted relationships. This means that it doesn't matter if the officer and enlisted member come from different branches of the military, it's still considered fraternization. One thing to note here is that fraternization is an offense against officers, not enlisted members. But this doesn't necessarily mean that the enlisted member is going to be off the hook or is not going to potentially be punished for engaging in the conduct as well. It's just that for the enlisted member, they're likely going to be looking at a violation of Article 92 of the UCMJ for violating a lawful general order, that being AFI 362909, for engaging in an unprofessional relationship. The bottom line is that for officers, the consequences of fraternization can be pretty heavy. So quick review. Can officers and enlisted members have personal relationships with each other? No. What about if they're part of different service branches? It doesn't matter. It's still frat. Does the rule still apply to reservists and National Guardsmen who are civilians most of the time? The rule still applies, on and off duty. Can enlisted members be penalized for fraternization? Only officers are subject to disciplinary action for fraternization, but enlisted members can still be found to be in violation of Article 92 of the UCMJ for violating a lawful general order, being AFI 362909 for engaging in an unprofessional relationship. Alright, if you like this video, if you learned something new, please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. It is completely free to you and it does actually help the channel and lets me know that the information that I'm providing is actually useful. If there are any military related topics that you'd like for me to talk about, please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below and I'll answer whatever questions that I can. I thank you for being here. I do appreciate your time and I'll see ya.